Good morning. Go wash my face. I was anxious to talk to you. It's cold water. Ooh, good for the face. Wakes it up. Yeah. Ugh. I think it said it's about 37 degrees outside. So how y'all doing? Did you survive Halloween and the 1st of November? Oh, yeah. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8:15. And the sun hasn't even reached over the mountains yet. It's about to peek out and show itself, but oh yeah. Feel alive. So, how do I like it in Utah? How do I like it at Salt Lake City? It's okay. I've been to better places. Yeah. The sun just came out over the mountain. This is daily moisturizer with sunscreen in it. Get the earlobes. Okay, coffee time. Coffee or tea? Let's have our first sip together. Cheers. Yeah. It's good as usual. I don't know why I'm laughing. Somebody say, "You're so funny," or "You laugh," or I just laugh. I just think life is fun, you know? Did that make sense? You know, life is just fun for me. But I had fun in the house too. So I think as I've gotten older, it's gotten more fun. I take life less seriously than I did when I was younger. Although I really didn't take it overly seriously, even when I was young. But I'm gonna you know this light that I showed you? It's called Hyper Tough. It's got the USB here. You can charge it up. I had to charge it. And then it's also got a little bank here that you could charge up something else in it. Yeah. You can hang it up too. And it's got the magnets. If you're outside and you have to work on your vehicle or you're outside, you just it sticks to your car. I like it. I just got it at Walmart. I'm not going to give you a link for it. I got these at Walmart. It was, I think $16 plus tax. Yeah. I like it. I bought it because I need to. Sometimes I just need. Oh, I don't like that one. Sometimes I just need more light in here, especially for filming. Yeah. So I've shown you a little bit about Salt Lake City. I haven't even touched the surface, I'm sure. You know, just going to parks and driving there. I mean, I'm not going to learn about the people very much. I've learned a little bit. The one thing that I want to let you know is if you're a nomad, Salt Lake City might not be the place for you. And I'm finding that out for me. They do not let you sleep in pilot truck stops either. And the only reason I know that is because I looked online in their reviews. And a lot of people gave them bad reviews. They only gave them 1 star because they said that they have traveled all over the country and they've always been able to park at a pilot truck stop. But in Salt Lake City, no. And I told you the story when I parked at Love's. So Love's is the same, maybe just in Salt Lake City. So I think I'll reserve judgment on Love's until I try to sleep maybe at a different one as I, travel more. So they don't want the tourism. I mean, that's the only thing I can think, because in Quartzsite, that's probably the biggest example of catering to people who live our lifestyle, my lifestyle, and your lifestyle, most of you, or those who want to. I mean, they cater to us, and I want to make sure that I cater to them also. And I go in, when I'm in on BLM land near Quartzsite, I like to go into that town, make sure I do my laundry there, get my water, go to a restaurant there, pick up a meal. I like to patronize them. But Salt Lake City, no. Some people get it and some people don't. Now, they say, well, they don't really want, people just coming and dumping their trash here and there. Because I've noticed Lake Havasu, if you look back at my earlier videos and I was in Lake Havasu, they're like trash Nazis. They have the trash police. I was even at a park and I put trash in and there were maintenance men there and they were just staring at me. It just looked like, it wasn't big trash. And they just like glare at you. Like, you almost feel guilty, like, And so they're really hypersensitive about people coming in and dumping their trash because they know that there's nomads around them. Well, I mean, where are we going to put our trash? We need to put our trash somewhere. Quartzsite, they cater to us, and Salt Lake City does not. And that's a shame because that's a lot of money out, just like walking down the street, throwing money down on the street, throwing it away. They're going to miss out So I'm here to tell you that for nomads, and a lot of you, if you're nomads and you like the wilderness, you wouldn't even go to Salt Lake City anyways. But I did want to see it. I'm here for two reasons. Somebody asked me, what's in Utah? Well, the beauty also. I think I'm going to see more beauty as I leave, going south, Utah. But I'm here to work, and I'm here for the cooler weather. We had that huge cold snap last week all over the country. And even in Lake Havasu and Tucson, Phoenix, I mean, it cooled off. But guess what? It's right back up again. I've been checking. It's up to 90, 95 degrees. No, I don't want that. So I'm here until it really, really does cool off. Am I going to work the whole time that I'm here? I'm going to go week by week. I have no contract with anybody. I'm going to work week by week. I'll do a full week, and then I'll evaluate if I want to stay. And I do want, my main goal is to get a new iPhone. My battery in this iPhone here is, it's really zipping way down and going up. It's acting very erratic. So when I'm walking around and I'm filming, I have to take one of these with me, and that shouldn't be for the phone. But it'll be fun to have a brand new phone. So I'm going to get a new iPhone out of this work here. And I have quite a bit in savings, so I don't want to dip into it. But if the job here doesn't work out and they give me a certain job that is just, no, it's not what I want. I'm under no obligation to stay there, no obligation to keep me either. And that's what I like about working for this mail company. It's a new mail company, and I really do enjoy it, and they're all over. So we shall see. I don't want to be downing ibuprofen, by the gallons, ibuprofen, because sometimes it does, certain jobs get to my back. One certain job is standing in one spot for way too long. I would rather be moving around. And there are those types of jobs. But, sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't. So we'll see next week what I get. Let's see, what am I going to do today? Today, what I've been doing is making sure that you have videos to watch. And I'm keeping up also with my podcast. So that's what I'm doing. I'm driving around seeing things. I need to kind of clean up in here. I've noticed I've been throwing things in my drawers. I need to straighten out my drawers. But I do want to get caught up on videos for y'all. And actually, if truth be known, wonder what those birds are. I know I've been looking at the birds. There's a whole flock of they're little birds. Okay, you can't see them, sorry. But that's why I was looking. Ooh, a helicopter. Can you hear? Helicopter. I got my microphone right there. Can you still hear me? I know. But my friend, she was worried that I might not be having fun when I go places because I'm not much of a tourist. I've mentioned that to her, and I think I've mentioned it to you all. I'm not much of a tourist to go see the historical sites and go around. And actually, I have sort of felt a little bit like a tourist when I saw the Capitol building and I walked around and I'm trying to see the parks and everything. But I've mentioned this, doing videos and doing the podcast, and this is my fun. If I was a nomad and I didn't have this, I don't know, would I have fun? I'm probably, but another friend of mine asked me, and he'll know who he is. He goes, well, so Lee, do you have any hobbies? Yeah. Oh yeah. I looked at him kind of like, yeah. Well, I think my hobby is video editing and graphic arts and building a business. That's my hobby. It's always been my hobby. So I was kind of like I was surprised that this is where my fun and my enjoyment in life comes in. Doing these things, I love it, and doing technology. I love technology. Remember that song on if any of you who are Napoleon Dynamite fans, the movie? What a funny movie. Yeah. Might as well do something while I'm doing nothing. But in the end, when he got married, he sang that song about technology. I'm not going to sing it because I can't do it right. If you want to see Napoleon Dynamite and you don't want to watch all the way, go all the way to the end when he talks about technology. I love technology. Yeah, well, I do love technology.
The World Wide Web is great, but you make me salivate. Yes, I love technology, but not as much as you see. But I still love technology, always and forever. Our love is like a flock of doves.
Yeah, he was always on the computer talking to babes. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, so it's a new day in Salt Lake City. And what am I going to do today? I do need to do laundry. For the first time, I've run out of underwear. I'm sure you want to hear about that. But of course, I have to do laundry. It's not really time to do laundry. And I got to wash my hair. And I am going to wash my hair. Yeah. And it's going to have to be very covert when I dump my water from washing my hair. I mean, there's no chemicals, and I'll put it where it's not going to affect anything. But it's going to be like I Spy. I'm thinking, where am I going to do it? I'm going to be looking around in the parking lot. Well, there's oil and everything in the parking lot. There's all kinds of car things. I figure it's, and I don't use that much shampoo, so. I know, whenever I say something like that, I always think, there's going to be people saying that, you shouldn't be doing. Oh, well, yeah, I'll get over it. Yeah. So I have to wash my hair. I'm going to be editing 2 videos. I'm going to get something going on a podcast for this week. And I want to slackline. I've been slacklining. There are slackliners here, and they have a lot of hammocks out too. I noticed that some of the slackliners, they put a slack line across the tree, and then across 2 other trees, and then another tree, they put their hammock. I might do that today. But it feels so good. I was kind of nervous about it. It's like, I hope nobody will come and say, you can't put a slack line up because that's our ordinance. You can't hurt our trees. But when I started seeing all the hammocks go up, there's a lot of hammocks at Liberty Park. When I started seeing those go up, I thought, oh my gosh. So I asked around and I said, well, are there slackliners here? I go, oh yeah, they're all over the place. I thought, oh good. And so I've got myself all stretched out. And I know I'm going to get some more workout when I start work. Yeah. There's a real tent city going on here inside the park. Now, I also drove down this one street, and it was like at an intersection. Not right in town, but just a little bit away from it. It was a residential area. Oh my gosh, there were at least 100 tents. So they might, Salt Lake City might want to rethink. They're not letting people like spend the night at a pilot, things like that. Well, here's where the difference I see than Reno. What I'm noticing is that the homeless here are on foot. not in vehicles. What I see, I can't make a good judgment on it yet. I can't just walk in and 3 days later saying, oh, this is what Salt Lake City's all about now. I'm not going to be that bold or that pretentious that I would be like, oh, I know everything about this city because I've been here for 3 days. I can get a feel of it and I can see what I see, but I know I'm only the tip of the iceberg of what's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to make assumptions about cities until I've been there a long time. And if I have in the past, forgive me for that, because I don't think that does justice to other travelers and to the people that live there, because the people that live here, I'm sure they love Salt Lake City. I was talking to one fellow and I said, well, when I came here, I assumed that in Salt Lake City, it was in my mind that everybody's a Mormon. He goes, oh no. He goes, well, my family's Mormon. I was brought up Mormon, but he goes, I don't follow Mormonism anymore. And he said, really, Salt Lake City only has 40% Mormons in it. So, well, that was interesting. But the 10 cities, yeah, they're here. And they're actually inside the park with tents. They actually have tents. Now, in Reno, in a park, you could not put up a tent. But here, they're letting them put up a tent, and they're sleeping in the tents. One fella did tell me the very first day I was here, I asked him questions about sleeping, and I just need to move a little. I was asking him questions about sleeping in the parks and etc. And he said there was one tent city. It was huge. And he said they just took a bulldozer and just bulldozed the whole thing. So, yeah. And he said that was just like a couple days before. He told me that was a couple days ago. So they have a lot of homeless here. And I believe they're going to. I did get an alert while I was here. I think it was the second day that I was here. I got an alert that they were going red. Oops. When I said that, it went red. That was perfect timing. That they went red on, or yellow or red, they went on the COVID, that there were all these new cases here. So I met one guy. He came up to me because I was on the slackline yesterday and introduced himself. He was just intrigued with the slackline. And he said that he's from Africa. And he was a musician and a percussionist. He had the big drums. And he went on the slackline. And it was difficult for him. A lot of people think because I've got that line that I can hang on to that it's probably easy. Actually, it's not, because whenever somebody comes over and tries to get on it, they're just wobbling all over the place. Well, they're new, but you can't assume that it's so easy just because I have that one thing that hangs down and I kind of hang on to it. And you saw that I fell. It actually slipped right off, and I went down. It was a good fall. I showed it to you a couple times. I do the slow-mo and then, and reverse it. And, hope you like that. But he was from, so I said, well, he kept wanting to ask me a lot of questions. I'm like, So I started asking him questions. And he was from the Congo. I was like, whoa, Congo. That probably one of the least places I would ever like to visit is the Congo. Yeah. Only because I've seen documentaries on a lot of militias there. I mean, maybe it's changed. I don't know. Maybe it has changed. Oh, I like half. It's like being Two-Faced. Yeah. Like half and half. Purple. Oh, that's a pretty color. Yeah. I like it. Cheers to purple and orange. Who knew those would go together? I need to look up and see what they are. They have here and there in the city, they have smokestacks. There's like 3 smokestacks that come up. Are they salt mines? They have a lot of salt here. One fella told me that I said, well, what's with the Salt Lake? Because it's really hard to get to. I mean, do I have to drive way around to even get access to the Salt Lake? Salt Lake Lake. Salt Lake Lake. And he goes, it's all stinky. He goes, I never go there. I go, really? I go, wow. There's this one antelope park, and it costs $10 to get in, but I think I'd like to go. And I think I might go next week on a day. It's on my day off. I'm going to wait and on my day off, and I will go and spend the day there. I hear there's bison that walk around. You can have access to the Salt Lake. And, yeah. Well, hope you enjoyed having coffee with me. Get answer a few questions. One of you had mentioned, I know it's on my phone, I should have written it down, but the latest comment was on my rant on getting pulled over. I totally agree. Yeah, I'm using my blinkers. Yeah, if I burp, I'm going to turn on a blinker. No. I'm using my blinkers all the time. Being a good girl. Pat myself on the back. You know, I really did use my blinkers all the time. Yeah. She said, well, I get it. She goes, we're the same age, and you've worked all your life, and you've done what you're supposed to do. Yeah, raised children, and been responsible. My children are all, professionals in their careers, and yeah, did it by myself. So, and I followed the rules. And she goes, I totally get it, because you've done all that, and then you don't use your blinker one time, and you get pulled over. Yeah, well, now add to that, that's okay, but add to that the fact that I'm going to guess that like 10% of cars, vehicles in Reno do not have license plates, which means they don't have insurance. I'm going to guess maybe 10% of those people don't even have a driver's license. And they drive. And it's like, I didn't use my blinker. Wow. He was nice. And he did give me a ticket. Whew, thank God. Ooh, the sun's really coming in. Hide from the sun. So, I'll end this pretty soon. But yeah, thank you for getting me. She goes, I get you. She goes, yeah. She goes, just shake it off. And I did. It did make me a little nervous coming over here, because I had remembered that incident in Texas. And so I did everything I was supposed to do perfectly. But I don't know. I mean, maybe y'all can relate to this. It seems as if over the past few years, excuse me, I got some phlegm coming up. I'm at high elevation here, just like in Reno. But it seems to me that the people who really do follow the rules are the ones that get called on every little thing. Because it's easy, because they know that we will obey. It's the ones who aren't following the rules. That's tougher to enforce. It's tough, and it's do they really have the will and the energy, to go and do something about it? And they're just getting away with, well, in some cases, murder, and they're not going after them, because that's hard work. So they kind of pick on us people who are good law-abiding citizens. That's what I notice. I don't want to go on a rant on it, but yeah, that's my opinion. And like with most opinions, lately I just kind of keep them to myself. But I thought I would put that one out. Yeah, I like to keep things light, even in my life, because life is just too short. So I like to keep it light, keep it fun. I mean, we all can dwell on the horrible things and everything, but I'm tired of dwelling on stuff like that in my life. I want to dwell on what's good and what's positive. And yeah, I do. I haven't mentioned in a long time, but I do still create my own future. I vision. I have the vision and I vision it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Have courage. Don't fear. No fear. Don't fear the future. Go out there and embrace it. It's all going to be good. Bye.